guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays. Today I thought I would go tier 8 premiums, and we've got two tier 8 premium tank replays. The first up is PepperMill in the FCM 50T. Now what really impressed me in this replay is the fact that this is PepperMill's first ever game in the FCM 50T. So it's a tank that they have not played before. I'm not sure if it's a him or her, but they haven't played the tank before. They don't know its strengths, they don't know its weaknesses, don't know how much research they did before buying the tank, but the fact it's their very first game in an FCM 50T, and they ended up with a result like the one they did. Yeah, it's a pretty good example of the gun on the FCM 50T. So this replay is all about its gun. They have gotten themselves into a very tier 8 game on Westfield. There are lots and lots of nasty TDs on the enemy team. RT is in play, but they are top tier. A lot of tier 8s though. Let's get going. So you can see that PepperMill is doing a 360, taking a look at their brand new tank. And I really don't want to talk about the FCM 50T too much in this replay because I'm in the middle of doing a review for it. So I've sat down, I've actually played my 30 games in the FCM 50T. I've got the footage I want for the review. I just need to sit down and record it and actually make the review. That's a full day's work. But unfortunately, things have a way of sneaking up on you. I told you guys on a video a couple of weeks ago that the rest of this month was going to be fairly free, and that I was hoping to do a lot more streaming, hoping to basically get you your video out every day. But a couple of things have happened since then. Basically, a family member has become ill, so I'm doing some chauffeur work for them up and down to hospital. My brother has returned, or is returning to Ireland for a 2 or 3 week vacation. And I haven't seen my brother in about 3 weeks, or 3 years I should say. So he's returning, haven't seen him in 3 years, haven't seen his family in 3 years, so my nephews are coming over. So that's going to occupy me for a couple of weeks this month. And then the biggest news is my house, where I've been living for the last over 3 years. The land, or the house owner, has decided to sell the house, and I'm not in a position to buy it. So unfortunately, I've been asked to vacate the premises. So I've got to basically pack up, find somewhere else new to live, and I haven't been given too much time to do that. And considering I'm a little bit of a hoarder, I've got, I don't know, thousands and thousands and thousands of books in my library. I've got thousands of DVDs. I've got so much just junk lying around the house. It's going to take me a long time to pack up. I also need to clean the house from top to bottom. And, yep, find somewhere else new to live. So I thought this was going to be a very easy couple of months, and it turns out that nope, life said you're not allowed to have an easy month. So I think in this game, PepperMill has discovered that the turret armor is not fantastic. He's taken 2 big hits from an IS-3. He's down to half health, but you can see that he's already on 2.3k damage. He's using his gun depression, and again, I don't want to talk too much about the tank, but the gun, you can see, has been fantastic. He's hit 10 shots, he's on 2.3k damage. He's continuing to pour the damage in. I don't think he's bounced, or I mean, he may have bounced 1 shot, but you can see how consistent this gun is, and the enemy tanks have basically just let him sit up here and shoot them. Now, considering there's RT in the game, and RT loves shooting FCM 50Ts, I'm amazed RT has not taken an interest before now. But you can see, using his gun depression, that was a little bit risky, considering there is at least a Borsig and a couple of Sturr Immels sitting in A4. But he drives out, takes out the IS, there's his first kill of the game, and he's just short of 3k damage. So you can see the rate of fire is fantastic, the aim time is good, the accuracy is good. And there's kill number 2. It's a very, very good gun on the FCM 50T, but as I say, I don't want to talk too much about it, because I am planning to bring you out a review. And as I said, I was planning to bring out the review, maybe even instead of this video today, but just have not had time to sit down and do a video for it. And again, very, very risky. Very risky. There's an ISU 152 down there as well. He bounces the ISU 152. Don't know if it's a fully upgraded ISU 152, but yeah, this tank would normally be penned very easily by an ISU. That could have been the end of the game. But you can expect mistakes to be made. This is his first ever game in the FCM 50T. So it usually takes me quite a while to get a handle on a brand new tank. I like to test it out, put it into situations you normally wouldn't put a tank into, just to see how the armor reacts, see how the traverse speed is. But it's turned into a little bit of a stalemate. Lots of nasty TDs sitting in A4. There's an STA sniping from the back. And PepperMill is just looking for an opportunity to do a little bit more damage here. Trying to find angles. And the STA has just fired, missed him, and revealed his position. I think PepperMill maybe a little bit tunnel visioned on this T20. He could have had a shot on the STA-1, but you can see the speed. He's doing 50 kilometers an hour through the village here. He's relocating. Or she. Again, I apologize, don't know if it's a he or she. But they've relocated, because trying to go up against all of those TDs sitting in cover in A4 is not a good idea. Most of the tanks in A4 can now one-hit kill PepperMill. And this STA-1 is going to be spotting if PepperMill tries to advance. So you can see that the gun is very, very good on this tank. The fact you get special matchmaking makes the gun even better. It's the same gun as the AMX CDC, but the AMX CDC doesn't get special matchmaking. So I think PepperMill is playing a little bit more passively now. He's letting his team spot for him. So in the first part of this game, he was doing all his own spotting, all his own damage. Now he's relying on his team to do some spotting for him, and he's sniping. And this is a very, very good sniper. Although, of course, I say that as he misses a shot, but that was a little bit of a snapshot. Could have maybe aimed a little bit more, but it's very easy to be critical when you're watching a replay. So, Super Pershing, and a very nice shot. I'm quite surprised that one penned. It may have dipped and gone into the upper front plate. Looked to be fired at spaced armor. Artie has been spotted. And if Artie was sitting there, that's probably why Artie wasn't able to shoot PepperMill earlier on. Just wasn't in a position to get shots on the hill from there. But the STA-1 is running. Super Pershing is still up here. Oh, tracked, and again a rushed shot. PepperMill misses their opportunity to do a little bit more damage to the Super Pershing, although Super Pershing is hanging around. So ISU 152 is now running for it. So now we know that there was only one tank up to the left in A5. That was the Borsig. And PepperMill decides he's going to make a move for it, or they're going to make a move for it. So again, they're advancing. They're doing 40 kilometers an hour. Getting into the hollow. And the FCM 50T is very, very good view range. But haven't had an opportunity in this replay yet to talk about the view range. And again, being very, very dangerous. Poking the ridge, there's a Borsig below him. And someone misses a shot. And again, very lucky. Very, very lucky. He auto-aimed on the ISU-152, and auto-aiming at the front of an ISU-152 means you aim at its gun mantlet, the only frontal armor it has, but the shot didn't actually go where he aimed. And PepperMill is able to take out the ISU, able to take out the Super Pershing. Two very, very quick shots. You get to see the accuracy and rate of fire. Just 2 tanks left on the enemy team. PepperMill is up to 4,263 damage. 4 kills. STA has been taken out. Now it's just the Borsig. And this, as I'd like to remind you again, is the first ever game PepperMill has played in the FCM 50T. So they finish up with 5 kills, 4.7, almost 4.8k damage. So as you can see, PepperMill's very first battle in the FCM 50T, and it was a good one. The enemy team were very kind to sit in front of his gun, but you got to see the rate of fire, you got to see the DPM, you got to see the accuracy and aim time. It's a very, very good gun. He didn't really get to test out the tank regarding its maneuverability or its view range, but again, I don't want to talk too much about the tank, but it's very, very rare, especially in higher tier games, that you have a game as good as that as your very, very first game. And it was an ace tanker. The ace tanker in the very first game in the FCM 50T. Congratulations. PepperMill also picked up high caliber. Finished top on XP with 1536, 4,771 damage done, 5 kills, and 26 shots fired, 22 hits, very, very good accuracy, 21 penetrations. PepperMill wasn't firing any premium, so again, penetration on the gun is great, and I forgot to talk about the gun, but we'll save that for the review. He received 3 hits, and 2 of them were pens, so this tank is not known for its armor, but it can be quite troll now and again. A lot of people say this is terrible turret armor, but I found the turret armor isn't that bad. It was surprisingly bouncy while I was playing games for the review. Spotted 2, damaged 9, destroyed 5, did 803 assistance damage, and finished up with 120,000 credits with a premium account. Really, really nice game. 2,304 XP, again with a premium account. First game ever in the tank, so it was a ×2. Left him on 4,838. Really, really good game. Really, really good demonstration of what the FCM 52 can do when it's just allowed to sit and fire its gun. Got a little bit fortunate a couple of places, bounced a couple of shots, enemy tanks missed, but for a first game in the tank, it was very, very good. And yeah, I'm going to save the rest of this for the review. So thank you very much for sending that in, PepperMill. Next up, we've got another Tier 8 premium tank, the Super Pershing, this time driven by Raptor 133 here on Sand River. It's an assault game, which I don't play very often, but time to roll out. Yeah, as I said in a recent video, in our recent Super Pershing ace tanker, I think the Super Pershing is good value for money. I don't hate this tank. And Raptor 133 obviously doesn't hate the tank. A little bit of lag in the replay, but in the replay description he does just say that this is a good tank. And like I said in my own Super Pershing video last week, I think the tank is decent value for money. I think the tank is an okay tank for a new player. I think it's quite forgiving. But it is a terrible tank unless you've got a good crew in it. So, Raptor 133 goes for a snapshot in the distance, but he's advancing. It's assault. He needs to be aggressive. But the Super Pershing gets criticized for its speed, which is not great, but don't play it like a medium tank. It's very, very slow for a medium tank, but play it like a heavy. It's got a decent gun, even though people complain about the gun. Again, 170mm of penetration, 240 alpha damage, 170mm of penetration. When you consider it's a Tier 8 premium tank, and a lot of Tier 8 premium tanks get 175mm of penetration. Some of them get less. I think the penetration is okay. You can see the rate of fire is quite good, 6.9 seconds, 2 shots into the T-32, 3 shots into the T-32. So this tank has gun depression. It's got a fairly decent gun. The premium ammo on the Super Pershing is very good for those rare occasions you run into Tier 9 tanks that are heavily armored. But it's just very, very slow, very, very unmaneuverable, and as I say, with a bad crew in this tank, it's not a lot of fun to play. Now, Raptor has just spotted a 5916. He's going for this 5916, but he's got to be careful because there are going to be lots of tanks to his left.
Penetration.
So, nice shot into the IS. You see, he's keeping his distance. He's basically using the tank like a sniper. And the T-32 has been taken out, so this is dangerous here. It's assault, and he takes a hit from a KV-2. He's moving in on this 5916, but this is assault. And on assault, a lot of enemy tanks like to sit on the K-line. So his gun has been damaged, his tracks have been damaged. He's already used a repair kit to fix his gun. He's taking a lot of damage. He's getting hammered by all the tanks camping on the K-line. And T-28's up there. There's a KV-2. There's a T-69. Oh, looking at the rate of fire of that KV-2 and the low damage, it has to be a stock KV-2. That's always a sad thing to see. But if you were in any other medium tank, if you were in any other premium medium tank, would you still be alive? He's taken 14 hits. He has been reduced to 400 hit points, but 14 hits, and pretty much every second shot either bounced or failed to penetrate, just damaged tracks. So the Super Pershing, even though it gets criticized for its armor, it can still be very, very troll. What other medium tank or Tier 8 premium medium tank, with the exception of the Type 59, has decent armor, or armor that can troll as much as the Super Pershing? I really can't answer that. But you can use it as a heavy tank, go hull down, use its gun depression, and the gun is fine. But Raptor needs to play more passively now. He lost a lot of health. Wasn't worth it just to kill a scout. And it is a stock KV-2
Enemy is hit.
with a cute little derp gun.
Target acquired. I don't see the target.
Alright, Raptor's going for some blind shots. Maybe shouldn't have taken his view off the enemy tank, but Borsig is having a good game. So it is assault. This game is only 5 minutes old, but there are only 5 minutes left. The score is 9-4, so it's a pretty comfortable game so far.
Penetration.
And Raptor spies the KV-2, gets another nice shot in. So he's on 2.3k damage. And is maybe a little bit hesitant to advance. That IS-3 camping in, or defending in H0.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Would have absolutely no problems going through the front of his Super Pershing. So he's focusing on the KV-2.
That one didn't go through.
Actually hit the KV-2. Beautiful snipe. Didn't get the kill. But does that time. There is kill number 2. You can see the gun is actually quite good. And really, as I say, I don't like people complaining about the gun on the Super Pershing. 170mm is just fine. KV-5 gets 167mm of penetration. And when you've got side shots, when you're shooting at lower tier tanks, really the gun doesn't really, the 170 doesn't really matter. When you do get it into higher tier games, tier 9 games, then the premium ammo on the Super Pershing is very, very good. So, as long as you use your ammo selectively, I think it's a pretty good gun. So, Raptor is moving up, trying to flanking in a Super Pershing. You don't see that very much, but he's flanked the T-150 and the IS-3. He's going for the more dangerous target. Gets one into the IS-3.
Enemy
And again, leads the shot well. And again, this is a good replay showing just how good the gun can be. Someone has just taken a shot at him.
Gotcha.
But he takes out the IS-3 for kill number 3. He's on 3.3k damage. 2 tanks left on the enemy team. Dangerous T-28, who's on 3 kills and a 5100. But he's advancing. And the AMX is not going to be a threat. So this T-28's probably sitting up here on the ridge, where most TDs go when they're defending on assault, although this ridge has been changed in recent map updates. And there you go. He's just bounced. He has just bounced a T-28.
We didn't even scratch them.
Now, that's 2 shots he has bounced. The T-28's firing premium, but he's just bounced 2 shots from the T-28. Nope, he's just bounced 3 shots from the T-28. The armor is very, very troll. Thankfully, he wasn't able to penetrate the T-28, but his team do take him out. But 3 bounced shots that didn't show up in the hit log from the T-28. T-28 was firing gold and still could not penetrate the armor. This is very, very troll armor. It works or it doesn't work. And I still think the Super Pershing is decent value for money. But nice game by Raptor133. Pretty much showing off the survivability and the decent gun. 2 of the things that people complain about in the Super Pershing. The armor isn't supposed to be very good anymore. I think Raptor showed that the armor was quite good, and the gun isn't supposed to be very good on the Super Pershing, and Raptor showed the gun was quite good. A decent Super Pershing game, well played. So Raptor picked up an ace tanker for that effort on Sand River. He also picked up a steel wall. He finished top on XP with 1313, 3,322 damage done and 3 kills. He fired 23 and he hit 19, so the accuracy was being good for him. He penned 15, didn't need to fire any premium ammo, so decent performance from the gun, nice amount of damage. He received 16 hits. 7 were non-penetrations, but of the 9 penetrations he received, a lot of those were HE damage from a KV-2, so they counted as penetrations, but they didn't actually do very much damage. He blocked 2,310 damage with his armor. He spotted 1, damaged 7, destroyed 3, did 1303 assistance damage. Wasn't playing with a premium account, but still earned 60,000 credits. So yeah, it's a decent moneymaker if you've got good games. He didn't have to fire any premium, and it was a very, very good example of what the Super Pershing can still do. It may struggle against experienced players, but when you're fighting against a lot of inexperienced players or players who aren't used to fighting against Super Pershings, the armor can still be very, very good. 1313 XP on a ×2 first game of the day, with a bonus event thrown in, left him on 3,413 XP. So yeah, I want to thank Raptor133 and PepperMill for sending those replays in today. 2 Tier 8 premium tanks, and I thought they were both very, very good examples of what the tanks are capable of doing. As I say, I do apologize. I was hoping to be around a lot more this month, but it looks as if I'm going to be moving house, I'm going to be packing, I'm going to be cleaning, I'm going to be driving my brother around, I'm going to be driving a family member back and forth to hospital. It looks as if it's going to be another flaming busy month, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I do promise to get a video out every day, but I really, really can't guarantee that that's even going to happen this month. I just have too much on. Maybe when I get into a new apartment, I will be able to sit down and get to a more regular schedule, but yeah, it's just going to be another pain in the ass month, guys. And as I say, if you don't get your daily video from me every day, I do apologize, but I just have too much on, and I will get back. I will be as regular as I can. I will try and get out a video as often as I can. I will try and stream as often as I can, but no schedule, no promises, and hopefully, touch wood, things are going to get a little bit quieter in May, but we'll see. Or April and May, but we will see. So thank you guys for watching. As I say, I want to thank Raptor and PepperMill for sending those replays in, and I'll see you next time.